Okay, in this explainer, we're going to look at the Quran in a way you've probably never seen before. Forget thinking of it as just a historical record. What if it's more like the source code for the entire universe? A universe that's constantly looping and correcting itself. And yeah, this isn't just some random idea. It's a whole model trying to explain everything. History, our own consciousness, even destiny, all as one single system. A system designed to fix one single fundamental bug.
So let me ask you this. What if history isn't a straight line? Past, present, future. What if it's a loop? What if everything we experience, our reality, our own thoughts, our very destiny, is just part of this huge, repeating system that's constantly running a program designed to sort out truth from lies, over and over again?
Right, so in this model, the Quran is way more than just a book of stories. It's the blueprint, the actual schematic for cosmic law. It lays out a system that starts from a point of absolute perfect unity. Then it journeys out into complexity, into multiplicity, but only for a test. The whole point, the whole design is for it to eventually return, totally purified, right back to where it started.
Okay, so to really get this, we need to understand the basic structure. The first thing you have to do, forget about linear time. Just throw it out the window. This is all about what's called lawful recursion.
So here's the absolute heart of it all, this governing code, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1. The system literally begins and ends at 1, which stands for absolute unity. Everything in the middle, that 2, 3, 7 part, that's the engine of reality itself. It's a process of choice and consequence. And don't worry, we're going to break that down. But for now, just remember this. The entire journey is designed to come full circle, right back to 1. It's a perfect closed circuit.
But what's actually driving this loop? What's the power source? Well, according to this framework, our reality runs on 3 fundamental cosmic fields. And the way they interact, well, that's everything.
First up, you've got the light field. You can just call it light. This is basically the realm of pure, absolute truth. It's totally timeless, it never changes, and it holds all the laws and commands of the entire system. You could almost think of it as the universe's operating system, the source code.
And then you've got the S field, or sound. Now this is the complete opposite of the light field. This is the world of time, of action, and of consequences. It's where things happen, where things decay, entropy. But it's also where mercy can operate. It's the universe in constant motion.
Okay, so this brings us to the most crucial piece of the puzzle, the third field, the B field, or the buffer. Think of it as the interface, the meeting point between the other two. This is the realm of consciousness, of free will. This is our world, Earth, and its entire job is to let that timeless truth and all that messy action interact with each other, safely. And this really shows you why that buffer is so incredibly important. There's a core rule in this system called orthogonality. It basically means that the L field of absolute truth and the S field of time and action, they can't touch directly. They are fundamentally incompatible. If they did, boom, they just annihilate each other. So the buffer, our reality, sits right in the middle. It's the necessary safe zone that keeps them apart but lets them, communicate. It's the arena for the whole cosmic test.
All right, so the system is set up. It's running. But like any complex piece of software, it can run into a bug. So where did the first error, the first big deviation come from? Well, this model says it all boils down to one single foundational act of pride.
And here it is, the first bug in the code, the famous declaration of Iblīs. He's a being made of fire, and he says, I am better than him. He chose his own nature, fire, which is all about instant raw force, over Adam's nature, which was clay, representing slow, patient growth. Now get this, this wasn't just simple disobedience. This was a fundamental rejection of how the entire system was designed to work. So this one act of arrogance kicks off its own separate loop within the system. And this loop is defined by 2 perfect mirrored extremes. On one side, you have the total self-erasure of Maryam, Mary, who wishes she was a thing forgotten. And on the complete other side, you have the ultimate self-worship of Pharaoh, who declares, I am your Lord Most High. The system basically flags these 2 points as the absolute limits. Between these 2 poles, the loop of pure arrogance just can't hold. It has to collapse.
And what happens when that loop collapses is, well, it's fascinating. Pharaoh isn't just deleted from the system. No, he's preserved, but only as a sign, an ayah. It's like his existence gets frozen in time, captured by the system as a permanent warning label. He becomes this testament to the path of force over growth, a program that had to be shut down. Okay, so this whole idea of preserving a lesson, that's what brings this massive cosmic drama right down to our level. Because in this model, Earth isn't where we came from, and it's not our final destination either. It's something else. It's the theater. It's the stage where this whole process is allowed to play out.
And on this stage, that 237 protocol we talked about, it's always running in the background. So let's finally break it down. The 2, that's the fundamental choice that's always in front of us. Growth by light or force by fire. The 3, that's the one making the choice. The soul, the nafs. It's the agent choosing a path. And the 7, that's the consequence. That single choice ripples out into 7 archetypal outcomes or communities. It's how that energy gets distributed across reality.
And here's the bottom line. This is the choice we are always making, whether we realize it or not. The path of light is slow. It takes patience, but it endures. It actually survives the system's recursion, the reboot. The path of fire, it's instant, it's powerful, but it can't grow. It's an unstable loop that is designed to fail, to terminate. This is the ancient conflict between prophets and pharaohs, and it's playing out right here, right now, in every moment.
So, how does this all end? How does it all resolve? Well, the beauty of the system is that it's designed to be self-correcting. Every single deviation, every bug is eventually accounted for, and the circuit is always closed.
Let's actually walk through how the system debugs itself. So that first respite, which is like a programmed pause for Iblīs, it ends when the Pharaoh loop collapses. That type of pride is taken offline and turned into a warning sign. But then a new respite is given. The adversary, now called Shaitan, gets to operate in a new loop, testing humanity again. This new phase has new starting points, like Yahya, John the Baptist, who is told to hold the book directly, which kicks off a reversal of the old error. The system just keeps on correcting. You see it again when Suleiman's or Solomon's death isn't noticed right away, which exposes how fragile force-based authority really is. But the final, ultimate resolution, that comes through Isa, Jesus. His testimony that he never, ever claimed to be divine is what finally purifies the soul from that core error of arrogance. It's the final key that closes the last major error loop.
So, after all the loops have run their course, after every single bug has been patched, the system's final verdict is crystal clear. It's simple, really. Anything that tries to dominate through instant force will always fail, and anything that endures through patient growth will always survive. That's the law. So in the final moments, what happens? Well, the lie of force just collapses into nothing, the truth of growth rises up as a witness, all those programmed delays, the respites, they finally expire, the cosmic circuit clicks shut, and the entire loop is verified. System check, successful.
And that brings us full circle. We end exactly where we started, back to that absolute foundational principle of unity, the source of everything. The journey from one through the whole cosmic test and back to one is finally complete.
So that leaves us with just one last big question. A question for you. If this cosmic model is right, if our world really is just a theater and the script is already written into the laws of the universe, then the only thing that really matters is this. What role is your soul, your own consciousness, choosing to play in this drama? Will it be growth by light or force by fire?